Hey everybody, it's Jake Mace, the vegan athlete, and I'm coming to you live from my home here in the Phoenix area in Arizona. And I thought you guys might want a sneak peek at what I'm doing in the garden today. I'm here at my living wall, and I have this big open spot in my garden. This living wall raised bed garden blocks my African sulcata tortoise from falling in the pool. And I took out a bunch of this cilantro today, and I'm going to plant some summer crops. It's the beginning of May in Phoenix, and these summer crops will grow into the heat and last all summer long. So first, as you can see, I have a couple things that is essential to have success if you're gonna garden in Arizona, in the Phoenix area, or anywhere for that matter. Number one is wood chips on top of your soil. I take these wood chips and mulch, and I put it around all my pepper plants, all my Krishna basil, all my amethyst basil, all my holy basil, and it serves to improve the microbial life in the soil as well as retain water better, so my water bill is lower and I'm having less impact on the earth. Number two is the Azomite Rock Dust Minerals. I just got in a pallet of Azomite, and for the first time in my garden, I've got the micronized form of Azomite, which stands for A to Z of minerals, including trace elements. And so what the Azomite's gonna do is it's gonna go into the soil and add minerals, over 70 different trace elements and minerals back to my soil, which in turn, the microbes beneath the soil will eat up. The plants will suck up those byproducts of the microbes and minerals, and when they fruit and I eat the fruit or eat the leaves out of the garden, I'll have a healthier plant, and I'll be ingesting all those minerals when I eat those leaves or those fruits from my garden. And it's very important to add the minerals back to your soil, plus the microbes eat this stuff up for breakfast, and therefore you'll have more success with your trees, bushes, grass, compost, and of course your garden and raised beds as a result of using the Azomite. So if you guys want to see, what I do first is I take all the wood chips that are on top of my soil, kind of gather them up, and I'm gonna put them aside for the moment and bring them back later. And that way I'm exposing the soil that's beneath the wood chips. Next, I take my Azomite here, as you guys can see. This is from a volcanic ash bed in Utah, and it's really a broad spectrum and a perfect mix of elements and minerals to add into your garden. It looks like flour that you would cook with. And so you definitely don't want to breathe this. Don't breathe this, obviously. When I sprinkle it on my soil, I'm going to just do this. On the bag it says to use 1 pound or so per about 10 square feet of garden space, and I don't really listen to that. I just do what feels right. And my man John Kohler with growingyourgreens.com turned me on to Azomite, and he's had a lot of success in his garden using Azomite. And what I've found so far is that you cannot burn your trees or your plants with the Azomite because it's just minerals. So I know that John Kohler grew 100% in Azomite with wheatgrass and said it was the sweetest wheatgrass juice he's ever drank. I tend to put a little bit more than the recommended amount if you can afford it, and that way the plants have more of those minerals to suck up and make them healthier and make you healthier. So that was 1 cup in this spot. Now, I'm gonna take the potting soil that I get from Western Organics, and if you guys can see, this soil is already broken down pretty well. It's not wood chippy, plus it's organic, natural and organic. So I'm gonna lay the new compost on top of my existing raised bed, on top of the Azomite. Notice how I'm not tilling the soil. Do not till your soil, don't do it, because you'll disturb the city, the civilization of microbes that's beneath the soil. So just add the stuff on top, and I kind of make it all smooth and nice looking. Next, I add coconut coir to my raised bed. It comes in block form. I take the coconut coir like this. I put it in the raised bed, break it up as fine as I can. And this is gonna help me to keep the moisture in the soil, which is really important in the Phoenix area. So I'll come back to you guys in 2 minutes when I'm finished spreading out the coconut coir, which I buy in block form off Amazon. So I spread that coconut coir out so it's evenly mixed. Then, some more soil. Spread that compost out on top. Then I've got some rabbit pellets and composted mulch from Chubbs, my giant, Flemish giant rabbit over there. Thumbs up for Chubbs. You guys know Chubbs. And I am going to touch it with my hands, but I'll wash them afterward. It's just grass. You don't have to use rabbit litter, but I got it, so I'm sure as heck going to use it. And then I take one more cup of the Azomite out of here, and I'm going to sprinkle that lastly on top of my mixture. And now I'll put this to the side. I'll do one last little mixture in so it's all mixed up. Now I've got two different kinds of seeds I'm going to plant here. One is Egyptian spinach, which I harvested myself from my plants last year. When I put the seeds on my hand, you'll see they're bright green. And I'll take these Egyptian spinach, I'll just kind of throw them out into the garden. Then I'm going to take some of these Purple Beauty peppers, sweet peppers from the Baker Creek Seed Company at rareseeds.com. And you guys can see how those seeds look like that. And I'm going to put a few basil plants in here for Pam and a few sweet peppers in here for Pam, my wife. So I'm going to take these peppers and just kind of sprinkle a few here and there. And fill up this area with sweet pepper seeds. Then kind of mix them in a little bit, just a little bit. And then lastly, I take the hose and I'm going to water the Azomite, the rabbit pellets, the new compost, and the coconut coir with the seeds. Water them in. You'll notice all the Azomite is gone pretty much and it's absorbing into the soil. And that's it, you guys. That's how I do a raised bed with the Azomite. I figure if you've got a 20-inch high raised bed, why would you put the Azomite in the bottom where the plant's roots can't get to? So I figure put your expensive amendments like Azomite, coconut coir, maybe even worm castings and things like that, put them toward the top so that the roots of your plants can drink up and consume all those really good amendments that help to make your plants the healthiest possible. If you want to get some Azomite from me, I've got extra bags, and we have a $10 bag, which is great for home gardeners. We've got a $5 bag if you want to try it out and see if it works, and I really challenge you guys to put Azomite in one half of your garden and then don't put any in the other half and see what the different results are with the growth and the health and the taste of your plants. They will be tastier, sweeter, healthier, and more vibrant and more mineral rich with the Azomite. But if you want the 44-pound bag, we also have those for 60 bucks if you're in the Phoenix area. Just go to jakemace.com to place your order. Next, let me show you guys how I add the Azomite to my already existing trees that are already planted and doing well. And I add Azomite to them throughout the year to improve the minerals and the microbes in their soil as well. I take my bag and my cup, I don't breathe it. And then I take the Azomite and I just do a little sprinkle around the trunk of my tree. This one's a Barbados cherry tree called an Acerola that I got from Seamus O'Leary's tropical fruit trees in Northwest Phoenix a year ago. And you guys can see the amount of cherries on this tree next to Soup Bite. It's just loaded with cherries. They're all over up here. There's at least 20 or 30 cherries on this tree right now, and it produces all through the year. So I make a little halo, as if I'm doing a ritual around the tree. And then I go get my hose, and I'll spray and water the Azomite into the ground. It would be really good to do this right before it rains and let Mother Earth do it for you. And now whenever I water my Barbados cherry tree, the Azomite will drip and absorb down into the root system. come with me into my refrigerator. I've got these gigantic tree collards, or tree kale. It's the green variety of tree kale. And they're now pushing 10 feet tall. They're about almost 3 years old. And maybe one of the reasons why they're doing so well is because I've added worms in there, I mulch on top, and I add the Azomite. So you notice I have all this mulch on top. Wood chips, leaves, pine needles, tree kale leaves that have gone overripe. And I'll take my cup and I'll sprinkle a little bit of the Azomite around the base of each plant. Can you guys see it? And then again, I take my hose and I spray the powder in. Maybe if I keep using the Azomite, they'll get to be 20 feet tall. You guys think so? I think I'm pushing the maximum height right now. And there's 2 more plants I want to show you guys in this video that I'm very proud of so far, and I wanted to share with you guys their growth and their progress. Come on over. So I've got the native Arizona Aravaipa avocado tree here. I also picked this one up from Seamus O'Leary's tropical fruit trees. And he's almost doubled in size so far in the last 2 months since I planted him. You guys can click on the link on the screen right now and get the video of me planting this guy originally. And I added Azomite Rock Minerals, the granular form, inside the soil mixture when I first planted him. And now, maybe about a couple times a season, I'll sprinkle a bit of the Azomite. Just put a little sprinkle in there on top of the wood chips around the trunk of the tree. I'll do the same thing over here for my June plum tree. And the other plant I'm very proud of that hardly anybody's heard of before, it's a plant called a chiltepine pepper. And this pepper was apparently a staple food that was one of the most common condiments on the meal table of many of the native peoples from this area. And this guy puts off little red peppers that look like this. And let me warn you, they are not to be underestimated. They are spicy as all heck, as all get out. So I'll put a little bit of Azomite, and maybe this will make my peppers spicier and sweeter. Who knows? I do know that it makes the plant healthy. This is a huge chiltepine pepper, and it keeps getting bigger every month. A lot of you guys have been asking me in the comments below the video why I have the logs and the bricks around the Aravaipa Arizona avocado tree, and it's for 2 reasons. One, it keeps the mulch in the tree zone, and 2, it keeps my African sulcata tortoise away from eating the plant. We'll take the water and spray it in. When I do this, I just feel as though I'm doing something that's really healthy and really good for my plants. I'm really giving them minerals and nutrients that they need. That's not gonna burn them, not gonna hurt them. It's completely natural and made by the earth. It's just rock minerals and rock dust. And in the short term and the long term, my plants will be healthier as a result. I wanna thank you guys for watching this video today. You can check me out at jakemace.com. You can order the Azomite from us. Send me a message at jakemacevegan@gmail.com. You can also pick the Azomite up at Seamus O'Leary's tropical fruit trees as well, because he's carrying Azomite as well. So head by Seamus O'Leary's in Phoenix, and I really want you guys to give me some feedback when you start using the Azomite, and tell me how it's changed your garden and your growing abilities. I know it'll increase your abilities, it'll make you a healthier human, it'll make your plants happier, and we'll all have the most abundant food source there is right in the comfort of our front and backyards. Thanks for smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel. I really enjoy bringing these videos to you guys. Hope that you like it, and I'll see you guys back here next time on our next video.